Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be chatting all about some of my favorite things in my home. I've really been wanting to do a video like this for quite some time because when it comes to my passions, home interiors, interior design, just home things sits quite high on the things that I enjoy. And so I thought it would be kind of fun to go through some of my favorite things that I have in my home. And I feel like this could be a really fun type of video to do, like every once in a while, give you guys an update on some new things that I have in my home that I'm really enjoying. I basically just went throughout my house with a notepad and just wrote down the things that spark joy within me, so I could share them with you guys. I'm so excited. I hope you guys are too. So grab a little cup of coffee. I have some matcha over here that I'm going to be drinking throughout the video, and let's just get right into it. Okay, we're going to do this somewhat organized, and we're starting off in the kitchen. I love coffee. Waking up and having a cup of coffee is one of the biggest highlights of my day. It's truly what gets me out of bed in the morning, and I really love not just drinking coffee, but the actual routine and process of making it. So a year ago, I had actually stayed at an Airbnb and I was obsessed with their entire coffee setup. They basically had a fellow coffee grinder, and they also had a pour over system, which I actually had never used prior to that Airbnb visit. And I really just loved the whole process of making the pour over coffee along with like the fellow coffee grinder. And so I ended up picking it up on Black Friday. It was on sale, so yay, that was great because these are definitely pricey. I would definitely highly recommend checking out the coffee grinder if you are looking for a new one. Like I said, it is definitely pricey and you can get a lot less expensive ones out there, but it's so well designed. It's really beautiful. I am more than happy to have it out on my countertop because it's just so pretty looking. I got it in the matte white. They also have the matte black, which is really pretty as well. It's also just a really good coffee grinder. I find it really quiet and really quick. And I never used to have a coffee grinder. I used to always just buy my coffee beans already ground, and it just makes for such a fresher cup of coffee, which is really nice, and it's definitely well worth it. Besides the grinder from Fellow, the kettle from Fellow is also really cool because it can be set to a very specific temperature and it will heat up to that temperature very quickly, which is just really handy. It's also really beautiful and well designed. It matches the grinder perfectly since they're both from the same brand, and I love using it in my entire coffee pour over system. Staying within the realm of my coffee routine, my Nespresso milk frother is another huge part of my coffee routine that I use. It's just a good machine. I just feel like it's super easy to use. You pour your milk in, you press your button, and it does also heat up the milk for you at the same time, which is really nice. Or you can also set it so it doesn't heat it up, so you can get a cold froth as well if you are making like an iced drink and you don't want hot frothy milk. You could get cold frothy milk. Also, I actually make matcha in there. Sometimes it works really well for that too. I put my milk in, I put the matcha in, and then I just let it froth, and it dissolves the matcha in the milk perfectly and also makes it really creamy, and it's a great way to make it. So water bottles. So there was a point where I realized that I had a bit of a reusable water bottle problem. I had so many reusable water bottles in my house. It was just absolutely ridiculous. And I decided that I wanted to scale down the amount of reusable bottles that I had and just invest in one really awesome water bottle that I can use every single day. So I did some research, and I gotta admit, I kind of got a little bit sucked in. I think it was an Instagram ad. Grateful for that Instagram ad because it brought me to my lark. So this isn't just a normal everyday water bottle. It's extra special and extra cool because it actually disinfects not just the bottle, but the water itself through a UV light that's in the cap. So from what I've read, you can put water in here that isn't necessarily super clean, and all you do is you press the button on the top, and for 60 seconds, the light shines into the water bottle and you kind of just shake it around a little bit, and it disinfects not just the water, but the bottle itself. Because I'm sure everybody's familiar with that disgusting bacteria-ridden water bottle smell. it's gross. And this water bottle never ever smells because it's basically always disinfecting itself. It's an independent water bottle that basically just cleans itself, and I absolutely adore that. Also, I do still hand wash this, of course. They're also just really nicely designed. They're very, very sleek. I have this creamy white one. I also have a navy blue one at home that my boyfriend uses, and they're just fantastic water bottles, and I highly recommend them. I also wanted to share this gorgeous, stunning teapot that I have in my home that I honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I never use it. I almost feel like it's more like a piece of art than something that I actually actively use, but it's something that I look at every day and always appreciate every time I look at it because I just find it so gorgeous. I bought this at a small business fair type thing that was happening in my city a couple years back. I actually bought the teapot as well as little cups as a set for a wedding present. And I remember telling my mom how much I love the pieces and that I was a little bit sad that I was giving it away as a gift because I just loved it so much. And so she ended up going to the fair and picked up the exact same set and gifted it to me, which was really sweet. Homemade ceramics are just so beautiful, and I've really grown to have a huge appreciation for them, especially because I started making my own ceramics. I do pottery classes and I make my own like bowls and mugs, and I'm actually thinking that when I do get good enough, I want to kind of create my own set of mugs. I think that would be so special and so cool. So those are all of my absolute favorite things at the moment for my kitchen. So now let's move into the things that are found in like my living area of my house. I am kind of obsessed with having my house smell as good as possible. So I have a lot of things scattered around my house that help me achieve that. One of those things are candles. This is going to come as no surprise because I've spoken about this brand 1 million times on my channel already, and it's the Mala the Brand candles. This is a brand of candles that I discovered, I think it was in the summertime, and it was this guy that I discovered first, Cereal. Cereal is probably one of the most delicious candles that has ever existed. It smells exactly like Fruit Loops, but in the best way possible. I always describe it as mature Fruit Loops. It's kind of fruity, a little bit sweet, very nostalgic. After discovering Cereal, I just went really hard with these candles and I purchased a lot of them. You really can't go wrong with any of their scents. Some of my personal favorites are Cereal, Rosebud, Meringue, Fireside, I think it's called, and Vanilla and Tobacco is another one that I really do enjoy. I also just really love the fact that it's a small business based in Vancouver and it's women owned. Another one of my absolute favorite scents that I have in my home is from the brand PF Candle Co, and it's one of their reed diffusers in the scent Rose and Sandalwood. This sits right in the entryway of my house, so whenever I walk in, I'm just hit with this scent and it smells absolutely amazing. And now I just associate it with home, so it feels very, very comforting. I love it so much that I even have it in my office as well. It's funny because I used to really hate any type of floral scents, but there's something about rose that I've really learned to love quite a bit. And now I do gravitate towards rose scented things, especially when the rose is mixed with a little bit of like an earthier scent. I feel like it really grounds it and makes it less powdery and powerful. And so the sandalwood with the rose does just that, and it just creates the most beautiful scents. So if you want your house to have some type of signature scent, so to speak, a reed diffuser is a really great way to do it because you don't have to do anything. They just sit there and they emit their scent. You don't have to like go around and light a candle. It's just always there, and it's always making the air smell nice. Another huge must-have for me in my living room are my Philips Hue lights. And if you're not familiar with Hue lights, basically what they are is they're light bulbs or light fixtures that you can control with your phone, and you can make them pretty much like any color of the rainbow or also just natural light colors. These light bulbs behind me are actually Philips Hue lights, and I do like to change the color when I film sometimes, but right now it's just a normal light bulb color. But in my living room, they are such a must-have because they create such a vibe. And lighting really is everything when you are trying to create like a cozy environment. I don't know about you guys, but I hate it when my pot lights are on at night. They're just so intense. They kind of hurt my eyes, and I just prefer dimmer lighting or for them to be off altogether. But I also don't want to be sitting in pitch black, and that's where my Hue lights come in. So I have them set in a lamp that's next to my TV, and I also have the two Hue lights fixtures that sit below my TV. And so I actually have them come on automatically every day at 4 p.m. when it starts to get dark out. I'm probably gonna have to change it once the sun stops setting at 4 p.m. And I've set them to be a really pretty warm golden glow, so it just creates like a really nice warm lighting environment. Something else in my house that I feel like I really could not live without about now that it's there is my Sonos sound system. I listen to music all the time when I'm home, especially if I'm cooking. I don't like to watch TV. I like to listen to a playlist. And so I have two Sonos speakers in my living/kitchen area, one on like one end of the room and another on the other end of the room. And it basically creates this like 360 surround sound experience, and the quality of the speakers are great. I mean, I feel like I can make the music go very loud, almost too loud, and the sound just feels very crisp. So my Sonos speakers are very well used in my house. Now moving into my home office area, my makeup mirror. This is just very different than many of the other mirrors that I've tried. First of all, it's a light up mirror, which is key, but it's not just a light up mirror. You get options with this light. You can set it from 10% all the way to 100%, and it gets really, really, really bright. I actually almost never put it to the 100% setting because I almost find it's too bright. But if you are working in like a dimly lit space and you want to be able to see your face, this mirror definitely goes bright enough. Not only are you able to control the level of the brightness, but you can also control the temperature of the light. You have the option of a warmer light, a cooler light, or a mix of both. So it's just really nice to have that versatility. For the mirror itself, there's two sides and it spins around really easily and just clicks into place. So you get the one that's really up close and personal, or one that's a little bit farther away. And then it also comes with an extra magnified piece of mirror that sticks magnetically on the center of the mirror, which is nice to have as well. But the really cool thing about this mirror that I think you don't really find with a lot of other mirrors is that it's kind of made with content creators in mind. So you're basically able to completely remove the mirror itself so that you're just left with the lighted portion around it. So it essentially becomes a ring light. And then you're able to swing out a phone holder from behind the mirror, and it sits right in the middle where the mirror actually sat. So it's a makeup mirror and kind of like a phone ring light in one. It's really awesome. So now moving into the bathroom and the three things in the bathroom that I am really loving at the moment. So this next thing kind of changed my life a little bit. Not to be dramatic, but I think it did, at least in the smallest way possible. And it is a tushy. If you don't know what a tushy is, it's essentially a bidet that you're able to install onto your existing toilet. I don't know about you guys, but I never used bidets like growing up. They just were not a thing. I feel like bidets are much more common in Europe. Let me know in the comments your personal experience with bidets. Then my parents installed a very fancy toilet in their house that had a bidet. And I tried it. At that point, I knew I needed to have some type of bidet in my own home. But I didn't want to completely change my toilet. And so I did a little bit of research and I found Tushy, which is a pretty well-known brand, I feel. I've heard about it before, but again, I just never got around to purchasing one. I've never done any type of plumbing work in my life, but I installed this bidet, and if I'm able to do it, anybody can do it. So it was very easy to install. Maybe I should explain what a bidet actually is. It's essentially just like a water system that squirts water at your butt or at the front, if you know what I mean. Depends on the little angle adjustment that you choose. And it just helps you get nice and clean, and it actually makes it so you don't have to use as much toilet paper, which is really nice. And I heard somebody once say this analogy, and I will never forget it because I feel like it's a really good way to describe why using a bidet is really awesome. If a bird poops on your head, are you gonna take like a dry paper towel and wipe it off your face? No, you're not. You're gonna wet the paper towel and use that to properly clean the poop off of your face or head or wherever the bird pooped, right? So I feel like it's the same idea when it comes to your own butt. Water just makes things so much cleaner. We've really hit a new level here on my channel, you guys. Anyways, this is all to say that the Tushy is fantastic if you're looking for a pretty affordable way to add a bidet to your lifestyle without needing to completely change your toilet to like a bidet toilet or whatever. Okay, moving on now from Tushy to a bath tray. I take baths every single day without fail. At the end of the day, when I come home from work, I go straight into a bath. It's just my favorite way to decompress after a long day. And wow, bath trays really are a total game changer. I really love them because I'm able to put my phone in the tray, and that way I can watch like YouTube videos or whatever while I'm bathing, or bathing is the word. I also like it to have extra room to put some of my favorite products that I use, and it's just a really great thing to have in a bath. It's like a simple addition that really makes a huge difference. Okay, the very last thing that I want to talk about, which is another kind of random addition to this list, but it's something that I'm very excited about, is actually a toilet cleaner. This is another product that I was totally roped into purchasing after watching so many ads about it, and it's called Blueland, and they essentially make more eco-friendly cleaning products. So they were advertising this toilet bowl cleaner, and I thought it was just really smart because it's essentially just dissolvable tabs that you throw into your toilet, you let it dissolve, and then you wash your toilet after the product dissolves, and then you just rinse it away. So it's quick, it's easy, and it also eliminates the need for excess packaging too, because of course cleaning products do come in big plastic bottles. I am trying to be really conscious with the amount of like plastic products that I purchase, and cleaning products are one of those things that do come in plastic bottles. And Blueland is actually really cool because they have this whole cleaning system where they sell these tabs that you put in their reusable bottles, and once those tabs dissolve, it basically creates the cleaning liquid that you need. So instead of throwing away the bottle at the end of its use, you just fill it up again with water, and then you put another tab in. So it's just so much less wasteful. And so once I'm done with my cleaning products that I'm using right now, I'm actually going to purchase that little kit that they have because I think it's just a great idea. And again, this is not an ad. Like I said, I literally bought this because of an ad that I watched myself. I just thought it was a great concept. Anyways, I got the toilet bowl cleaner, and I actually keep it here in my office to clean my toilet that I have here. And it works great, and it actually smells really, really good too, which is kind of nice because most toilet bowl cleaning products are like really intense. I will say it's not the most intense cleaning product that I've ever used. I would probably go in maybe like, I don't know, once every couple of weeks with a more intense cleaning product just to really like get it nice and clean, but that just means that I'm going to be repurchasing those types of cleaning products a lot less often, which is good. And with that said, that finishes off all of the home things that I'm currently obsessed with. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this type of video. Let me know your thoughts on any of the products that I spoke about in the comments, and let me know any home things that you're currently obsessed with so that I could potentially check them out. Hit the thumbs up button if you did enjoy today's video, and subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.